Welcome back to the channel. I love doing this, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. I actually really do love turning this camera on and doing these videos. It's just started off as a hobby and just I don't know. Like I've learned so much to where, and I've stated this before. When I conversate with people, it hits different. You know, I'm so much more knowledgeable in other areas now just off of like before. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like there's just so much I didn't know as far as Scotland and as far as like I'm telling people about British footpaths now, and they're like, "What? Really?" Like I'm telling people about these different things and helping to educate others, and it all comes from these YouTube videos. Like, man, it's all about what you pay attention to. I swear, anything in life. But with that being said, today we got all British car brands. Obviously, I'm not in my regular zone. I am working, so yeah, it's gonna look a little different in the background. But yeah, with that being said, we're smoking on my dragons. Divine Righteous Almighty Greats Overachieving, never slacking. You know I'm not forgetting that. Let's get into these car brands. These British, I already see the the Bentley up there. I already see that. Love Bentleys. So yeah, here we go. Rolls Royce. I have no idea what a Lagonda is, but it looks like something extraterrestrial would pull up in. It looks like it can transform and go underwater. That looks fire. I guess I just didn't make it to that social class yet to where I even know what a Lagonda is. But I do know what a Rolls Royce and a Bentley is. James Bond vibes. Land Rover. So far, pretty much everything that Americans just absolutely love comes from Britain. You know, because Land Rover is that what's I'm not too familiar with cars. I'm not too familiar, but would that be the same as a Range Rover? Is that the same thing? I mean, it looks the same, but obviously, I don't want to be wrong. Jaguar, I've heard of. Jaguar looks fire. The minis, they're popular, but among my generation, that's not really something that people, I guess, are impressed by too much. I like them. Aston Martin, dang, y'all got everything. McLaren, woo. Hold on, like I want to keep pausing right now. Hold on. Who's making the cars out in Britain? Like who? These are fire. Aston Martin. There was who is it? It was a rapper who had like Aston Martin. He had a song about Aston Martin, and I think he actually called his like he themed his music like Aston Martin music, if I'm not mistaken, like Aston Martin music. If you know what I'm talking about, it was that rapper from Miami, Rick Ross. You know, he had Aston Martin music. Um, McLaren, you hear about that a lot. McLaren. Lotus, I've never heard about it, but it reminds me of a flower. That is nice. That is nice. This looks like the type of cars that you would see on the Hot Wheels. Like that's fire. That Morgan. No, okay. No. Every single one of these are high end cars. I was expecting like I guess more the average type of cars, but is this average in the UK or people just driving around with you know Xenos and all these just different high end cars all the time? I mean, don't get me wrong. You see high end cars a lot out here, but on average, I mean, you know, you wouldn't expect the people you really grow. You grew up with in the neighborhood. Like people aren't really just driving Aston Martins, and you see it though. Obviously, we always got that part of our town that's higher social class, doctors and things like that. And you'll see them just pulling out with who knows what, some of these brands. Atalanta. I see that a lot. That Bach is it? I see that all the time. Like people, I always see people popping out with those as soon as it's warm outside. Especially like when I'm in New York City, like I'll just always see those. Like those are. I don't know if that's the exact same one. I don't know if there's another type of off brand. I don't. But I always see people in that. Um, I know, like I know you can rent them a lot too. A lot of people rent them and just have fun for the day. I wonder if that's the exact same one. I always see like these crazy three wheel looking, but that might have four wheels on it. It might have four, but I see like people with these three wheel just, it looks pretty fun too. Definitely gets attention. So different. Elemental. Elemental. I would expect that to be able to just fly like the wind, which I'm absolutely sure it can. But you named it Elemental after the elements. That's got to be crazy. I mean, these cars are crazy, man. Like these cars are different. Some of these, man. Like this looks like a go kart, Brooke. That looks like the DeLorean. Like you about to hop in it. That looks like the time machine that Marty McFly got into and went into the past, into the future. That listen, I made on my community tab. I said, what was this yesterday? I said, do you guys think? I was watching Back to the Future yesterday. I said, do you guys think that there's a possibility that a time machines could exist? It's kind of a little closer to 50-50. Some people are like, nah. Other people are like, it's already, all you got to do is go to this something website. So it's like, with these type of cars, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what else has been hacked into. Was Back to the Future a documentary? Let me stop. Got some nice cars, man. The style is just, woo. Is that a go kart? These are actually cars, or these look like golf carts or go karts or something like sports car. I mean, they're nice, man. This is the best of the best right here. Vauxhall, that MG. That David Brown look mean. I like that. I like that. Just every single one speaks like class, you know? Mm. Britain, Britain, you guys are fire. Like I'm not gonna lie. You guys got some heat. Now, if I was to pick a favorite or something that I would drive, I'm more of like the Jeeps and stuff like that. I like to kind of be a little low key. I like room in the car. The Land Rover is fire, right? If I wanted to be on some racing, I would have to do more research for sure. As far as like that Vauxhall though. Ooh, but I like the one next to it better. I would take the MG. I think out of all those, I know some people are like, "What?" Yeah, I'd probably take the MG. Just it looks durable. Looks like it's spacious. You know, still fancy, still nice, but not something that's like just completely turning heads where you're like, "Oh my, look at that." But man, I'm not really materialistic at all. But ain't nothing wrong with liking nice things though. I don't get it twisted. Ain't nothing wrong with liking nice things and wanting better for yourself. That MG, I like that MG. I like that MG. But if I had to pick, that bowler looks like it'll get way too much attention for me. I don't like attention like that, guys. I don't like that Axon too much. I'm not. The JBA motors right there, I could just see like an old school London gangster. That's what I picture right there. Right. Let's see. I mean, if I had to go with like a racing, I'd probably go with that Aston Martin just because I know more. Oh, that McLaren though. Between that Aston Martin and that McLaren, just because I know about them, just if I had to just say without a one-off impulse. But now, actually, that Lotus, I would go with the Lotus because I don't hear about it as much, and it looks to me better than the images right now of the Aston Martin and the McLaren. But yeah, Britain, salute. You guys know class. You guys know class. Like, as an American guy, I have to give you guys your flowers and say you guys have some quality stuff. Like these are like how many times. Like I said, I don't know if a. Let me look that up. Is a Land Rover the same as a Range Rover? Because I hear people say all the time, "Oh, I want a Range Rover." Is a Land Rover the same as a? The question pops up a lot. Land Rover is the brand name or make of our vehicles. All Range Rover models are made by Land Rover. The Range Rover family refers to a four-vehicle lineup within the Land Rover brand's full seven-vehicle lineup. So, yeah, I guess you can pretty much say the same thing. So, um, yeah, I hear people talk about those a lot. I've heard Jaguars. Pretty much a lot of these I've heard a lot about. Never heard of like Lagonda, never heard of, but obviously the Rolls Royce. You guys won once the Rolls Royce and the Bentley. I mean, you guys won. That's it. If there was any competition for anything, I mean, I would have to look at German. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at German cars and see what they're working with. I'm gonna have to look at German cars, but as far as cars, I mean, I want to know, right? Now, I'm not saying you got to pour out your personal business, but for my subscribers, the people that are gonna watch this video, in the comments, what y'all driving? Do y'all have any of these cars? I would definitely like to know. And if you do, how do they drive? I'm sure they drive wonderful. I'm sure, But if you've had a Rolls Royce for 15 years, I would definitely like to know how that's been working out for you. So I will be looking at the comments. With that being said, original link in the description. And yeah, if you are blessed with one of these cars, much love to you.